Hello traders, Gary Wagner here. Approximately 10 a.m. in Honolulu, 4 o'clock in New York City. It is Friday, finally, the 27th day of July, 2012, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. Wow, what a nice strong finish as we go into the close on Friday. Precious metals trading up yet another day and currently have our market substantially higher, up about 0.5% in gold, up 860. As you can see, current print is 1623.62. It's been trading around 1625, 1624 in that area. The low 1612, the high 1630. Traders, you know that I did recommend that we move our stops up on our gold trade. Hopefully we've done that by now. Silver currently is having a nice showing. And as you can see, that market is also substantially higher, up 27 cents, up almost 1% higher on the day, with a low of 27.29 and a high of 28.01. Traders, what a week we have seen in the precious metals markets. Stock market too, double-digit gains, I believe 3 days in a row, up over 13,000 in the stock market, well over 1,600 in gold currently. Looking at a daily charts, cash market, and I want to line this up a little bit better, but what I'm looking at is this. As we are in this marketplace itself, and you can see that I'm trying to go off of the bodies here, as well as right here, because you get a truer reading. My sentiment is that as we watch this market trade higher, we've got some activity that's going to be going on next week. The question that we really want to ask ourselves is, if the market continues higher, will it find resistance? Will it stall at this particular resistance line? We've got a position, we've got a very nice position in the marketplace itself, and my sentiment is, if it is going to trade and find some sort of resistance right in this area, assuming that it goes higher next week, of course, is that the point to pull and then look for the market to retrace a little bit? If we follow a classic Elliott wave pattern, we've got 1, 2, this would be 3, this is going to be 4, you would typically get 5, and then your thrust up. However, there's nothing typical whatsoever at all about the gold market. So we'll play it close to the vest. Stay informed, stay in tune. We'll let you know what we think Sunday and Monday as we go into the next week. Traders, another way to look at really the same chart. This is the cash market Henki and Ashi full Elliott wave count on this particular chart. You know, we had a lot of activity this week, and we've got a lot of really conjecture, buy on rumor, sell on fact. I like to say they're simply putting premium in the market on an assumption. What's that assumption? 1, ECB, European Central Bank, some sort of stimulus. 2, Federal Reserve, some sort of stimulus next week. Now, that beckons the following question. What if, in fact, nothing happens and this has been factored in the market? Are we going to see it pull back? Well, that's a good question. I only have questions on that. I certainly don't have answers. When we look at this chart, though, it's really, really clear that we've had that compression triangle. More importantly than that, we were able to really plot the support level with some strong ability to be correct. In other words, a higher probability that the market itself would hold this area. As you can see, it has been a kind of a teeth-biting scenario as the market has traded and flirted with this support area on more than a couple of occasions. But as the market is now bounced off of that, pretty eloquently, I should say, there can be no doubt that this support absolutely held. My current belief is this is the top of a major 3. We are currently in a major 4th correction. Following the major 4th correction, though, is a impulse wave, a strong major 5th impulse wave, and that, of course, would be to the upside. If it follows Elliott wave counts, that impulse wave should actually hit a new high, meaning take out this 1920 high that we had before. That's the top of 3. The top of 5 should absolutely be above that. As I said, that's something that we're going to have to see. Traders, you know, a lot of Gold's strength throughout the week has really been a sign of dollar weakness. Looking at a daily chart, Heikin-Ashi format, you can see, and not so well in the Heikin-Ashi, we'll convert it to a candlestick because here's where it lags behind, but you can see where the current print is, 82.86. Euro dollar really simply on fire. You can see that absolutely have gone red. You can see the series of tops right here, 84, has given us resistance in the dollar itself. Interestingly enough, though, you want to, on a chart like this, really convert it to a standard candlestick. Traders, you'll see the difference right now. Now, it's a very choppy chart. You can see that there's a lot of gaps in there, but you can see how the market hit and came down. These are simply red candles right in here, and it is trading near the lower end of the range. And traders, that brings us to silver, our resilient little white precious metal. That metal has been moving up quite nicely. When we take a look, we'll look at the big picture and then kind of blow it up. But you can see, there can be no doubt in anybody's mind, this $26, this triple bottom, has absolutely held once, twice, and then this longer area right in here. So that's one good sign for silver. When we go ahead and take a look at it, when we blow the market up a little bit, and let me go ahead and do that and then carry it over, you can see how it literally came in and really found some really strong support right at 26. And from that point, it has really bounced off well. It has tested and not been able to close at or above 28. My daily viewers know what I'm looking for, but in silver, I really don't see any real resistance till about $30 per ounce. I think it's got another $1.50, $2 on the upside as we go into next week. If we see follow through in the precious metals rally that we've been witnessing, there's really no areas in the market. You've got a small pocket of resistance right in here, and that's based upon this top. But other than that, the next top that we'd look at for any kind of resistance is going to be right around $30 per ounce. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. We'll talk to you on Monday for another daily review and update. Bye-bye.